State Minister of Money and Capital Market and State Enterprise Reforms, Minister Cabraal, held a media briefing today to clear up misconceptions on the proposed Colombo Port City Economic Commission Bill that some have accused of containing clauses deemed detrimental to Sri Lanka's sovereignty and national security.
This act to establish a commission empowered to grant registrations, licenses, authorizations and other approvals to carry out business and other activities to enter into transactions as provided of government marketable land and project company marketable land and condominium parcels standing thereon within such zone. To promote and facilitate international trade, shipping, logistic operations, offshore banking and financial services, information technology and business process outsourcing, corporate headquarters operations, regional distribution operations, tourism and other ancillary services within such zone. To establish an international dispute resolution center and to promote urban amenity operations and the settlement of a residential community. The purpose of this bill is to ensure that there is proper regulation, not no regulation, so that we can compete with the rest of the world. This is going to be a turning point in our country. We have to be able to project an image of efficiency, of protecting investments.
The State Minister revealed that of the total project investment of $1.4 billion, a sum of $980 million has already been invested as of last December, and that 116 hectares of land is to be leased to the project company.
The total investment committed by the project company is $1.4 billion, of which $980 million has been invested as at the end of December. Total reclaimed land is in extent 269 hectares, of which the marketable extent is 178 hectares. From the total extent of marketable land, hectare are to be leased to the project company. A company limited by guarantee was to be set up as an estate management. The entire reclaimed land area has been annexed as state land in relation to the project company land. A total of 48 master leases for 99 years is planned to be executed in 2 phases. The project company will apply for the phase 2 leases once the completion certificate in relation to the phase 2 is completed.
The State Minister also revealed that the project is set to swell the government's consolidated fund from all Port City related taxes and levies and assured that all visas and entry permits will be handled by the Controller of Immigration and Immigration.
All area related taxes and levies within the Colombo Port City to be imposed by the Commission to be collected and credited to the consolidated fund as government revenue. License fees and royalty fees should also go to the government revenue. Grants, donations, gifts from domestic or foreign sources subject to compliance with laws of the land on national and financial security aspects through the External Resources Department of the General Treasury. Money borrowed by the Commission can be only done with the guidelines to be prescribed by the President. Any business so being done shall be subject to the laws of the land and regulations to be issued by the President with the concurrence of the respective regulatory authority. The Commission will receive and facilitate the processing of all applications as a single window facilitator. One-stop shop. Visas, entry permits, issuance of visas shall be a matter for the control of immigration, whose decision shall be final. Offshore banking business shall be carried on only in designated foreign currency other than Sri Lanka rupees, as noted in the Act.
Further, he revealed that the Commission can identify businesses deemed of strategic importance and make recommendations to the President, who will then present such to the Cabinet of Ministers and set out any exemptions.
The Commission, after evaluation, may make recommendations to the President to grant strategically important status to a business and to grant exemptions or incentives. The President may, in the interest of advancement of a national economy, inform the Cabinet Ministers to treat a business as a business of strategic importance. Within 2 weeks from the date of such Cabinet approval, the President will, by order published in the Gazette, specify details of the business of strategic importance and also grant incentives, exemptions, subject to a maximum period of 40 years. Upon the expiry of 30 days from the date of a Gazette, the Commission shall place before Parliament for information such Gazette notification with a written confirmation issued under the hand of the Commission, confirming that the exemptions or incentives set out in the Gazette notifications are compliant with the provisions of this Act.
Speaking on the employment of Sri Lankans at the Port City, the State Minister stated that all Sri Lankans will be eligible for remuneration in foreign currency, which will be tax-free as well.
Any Sri Lankan can seek employment. All grades of employees are to be on term contracts to be governed by the terms of contract. All employees are payable in a designated foreign currency other than Sri Lankan rupees and are exempt from income tax. a resident employee could credit such foreign earnings to a personal foreign currency account.
The State Minister also revealed that all businesses operating in the port city will be accorded the highest levels of international standard legal protections that prevents arbitrary cancellations of contracts and leases.
There is investment protection accorded to investments within the Colombo Port City. No registration, license, authorization, permit or other approval granted in terms of this Act or any deed or transfer or indenture of lease or agreement executed by the Commission in compliance with the provisions of this Act may be terminated or amended in any manner detrimental to the interests of the respective investor, other than upon the expiry or completion of the period or term as specified in such registration, license, authorization, permit or other approval or such deed of transfer or indenture or lease or agreement.
ආයුෂ සපිරේ සුප අලුත් අවුරුද්දක් වේවා. ලීව ආයුෂ්